Stephanie, and I teach HIIT and Vinyasa here at bodē NYC. And I got my start here. It's not some inspiring story. I actually was getting ready for my 20-year high school reunion. And I thought, or maybe it was my 10-year. God, I'm getting old. I think it was my 10-year high school reunion. And I really wanted to be fit and in shape, and I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to be skinny. So I was like, hot yoga, yeah, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be super sweaty and I'm gonna look fabulous. And I came in the room and I took the first class and I was like, oh, is this for me? It's disciplined, it has form, and I left the room feeling like I wasn't so worried about my reunion. So the whole thing just really worked for me, and that was the beginning, and I never left. So as I mentioned, I really love the original hot yoga series because it never gets boring, even though it's the exact same class every time. It's just your improvement every class, and some days it's terrible and some days it's really great, but you can keep coming back to your mat and knowing you've got the next day to redo it. And there's something about that for me is very calming, I guess, and also very difficult. So it's both of those things at the same time, and that's what I love about it. I really love that we've added these HIIT classes and the Vinyasa because I really believe they complement each other. There's a sense of discipline and meditation in the original hot yoga, and there's a sense of flow in the Vinyasa that's a little bit more athletic and a little bit more movement. And then of course there's such energy and great pop in the HIIT classes, but I think they all work around the core and they all work around mental focus. So I love all of that. So my philosophy as a teacher is that I love form and fun. So these would be the two things that I really focus on. It might not seem fun while you're doing your 20th burpee, but I try and be a cheerleader for everybody. But most importantly, I really want everyone to have great form because getting injured while you're exercising seems super counterproductive. So I really like to focus on keeping your core engaged and protecting your back. Knowing the alignment of your body and learning something that you can use in the HIIT class, but you can also use if you're doing original hot yoga or Vinyasa, or even if you're walking down the street. So what it used to look like pre-pandemic was I like to teach early in the morning. I'm a morning person. I'm very annoying when I wake up really early. I'm like, hey! And most people are sort of cranky. So I get up like 5:30 if I'm teaching a 7 o'clock class. I like to sit and have my coffee and have a little bit of quiet time to be in a good mood before anybody rains on it. And that anybody would be my children or my husband. And then I walk over to the gym. I usually am listening to music. I'm either setting the music for class or I'm listening to upbeat Broadway show tunes, which are my favorite. And then I teach the class and I go from there, whether it's errands for the day, picking my kids up at school, getting ready for anything that I have going on the next day. And that's my typical pre-pandemic life. Now it's similar. I do get up an hour and a half before class and I don't have to walk to the studio. So I usually sit in front of my computer and listen to some music for about 10 minutes before class, getting ready and getting ready for you guys. So one thing I've learned here at bodē, first starting with my OHY practice, was to not give up and to try not to be hard on yourself. And I think as New Yorkers, we all want to be the best, be the most flexible, be, I don't know, the sweatiest at the end of an OHY class. But some days, it's just awful. You sit, you breathe, you're like, why can't I stand? Why did I have that second glass of wine last night? But I think part of the practice, and one of the best parts of the practice, is knowing that it's not just your one shot. You can come back the next day, you can even come back later that day and try again. And I feel that it's the same way whether you're practicing Vinyasa, original hot yoga, or HIIT class. You really have to meet yourself where you are on that day. So One thing you might not know about me if you only know me from class is that I was a varsity cheerleader for the University of Michigan for 4 years. And while you might not know it, you're probably not surprised by it since I cheer you guys on in class all the time.